Okay, hello everyone. I know I'm a few hours late to this news, but CG decided to drop this information when it was midnight in the UK. So, yeah, we've got a lot of changes to go over. I'm going to do this video, which is going to focus on the quality of life stuff, and then I'm going to do a video directly afterwards that is going to be about the kit reveals for Maz and Kix. So let's do this first. So, massive update, which is massive. Slightly concerned because whenever they do something good for the community, normally means they're going to implement something that's very bad for the community. Uh, so, while this is really good, it does have a few concerns. So, gear and relic changes. You can get relics at 4 stars. So, characters can get relic levels at 4 stars, but, as it says down here, you can only go up to relic 2. Relic 3 requires 5 stars, relic 4 requires 6, and relic 5 requires 7. Now, this does. I am interested in knowing, does this mean that you might be able to get Hondo fairly quickly free to play? Because Captain Athano, for instance, is required at relic 3. So, do you only need him at 5 stars? Or what? So, I, I don't know if this is gonna be. I don't know if that's gonna be addressed. I did read through this first. I don't think it says that anywhere. So that's really good, especially like I'm farming my Bad Batch version 2, and I currently have 4 of them at gear 11 because they're not 7 stars yet. So this could be really nice that I can take them to relics already and then worry about star count later. So that would be really nice. Next up is Lightspeed tokens. Lightspeed tokens are a new consumable that instantly upgrades characters to a specific power level. So, yeah, it's like a mini Lightspeed bundle. Comes in 5 tiers. Tier 1 gets them 3 stars, gear 10, level 3 on abilities. Tier 2, gear 12. To be fair, I guess getting them to gear 12, even at 4 stars, that's going to be fairly nice, I guess, if it's a Cairo heavy character. Tier 3, Relic 1, ability level 5, 5 stars. To be fair, the ability levels I don't think matter at all, because they do say later on it does not include Zetas or Omicrons, which is interesting because there are some ability level 7s that are Zetas. So. So. We'll have to see the exact wording in the next bit. But yeah, Tier 4, Relic 3, 6 stars. Tier 5, Relics 5, 7 stars. Yeah, so there's going to be a specific list of characters. So this kind of. It does say it expires after 6 months after the date that you acquire them. So it kind of seems sort of similar to Datacrons in that they won't last forever, they'll just be a limited time thing. So there's no reason to save them for a future character. And they're error locked, so anything before Hu Yang you can use them on, but anything afterwards you can't. And I imagine later on it will, that will then be updated because it does say generally helpful. Tokens are for units from eras that ended at least a year ago. So by the time it gets to the end of this year, maybe like Hu Yang, General Syndulla, maybe we'll be able to use those characters. Except the launch factions are only for smugglers and separatists, which is a bit weird, but sure. I guess that's fine. But you can't use it on Galactic Legends, Conquest, Journey Guide, or Capital Ships. Which, I mean, doesn't that kind of make sense? Capital Ships. Wouldn't it be a waste if you put them on Capital Ships? But that means surely you can use it on the regular Starfighters. Yeah, these tokens won't apply Zeta or Omicron upgrade. But it does say here that Tier 5 will take it to ability level 7. And some level 7s are Zetas. So, if you've got, yeah, and if you've got one, like, say, for this, you've got all the smugglers and separatists you need, and you've only got, like, I don't know, Young Han, then you can just scrap it and dismantle, which makes it sound even more like Datacrons. But then you can get some stuff like some Chirotech, some relic materials, which is kind of nice, because if you do get them, it's like, well, I'd rather have this than take Young Han's Relic 5. And it does say you'll find all of them in the store, and as reps on the free episode track and episode pass. We also plan to use them as rewards in other ways in the future, so I wonder if they're maybe talking about error battles. But, what store? It just says the store. What, like, as data cards? Or you talk about in shipments? Not very clear. But hopefully they won't be too difficult to acquire. And to make them work more effectively, we tore down some old walls in the unit upgrade system. So, unit level is no longer gated by player level, which that's only really going to be a thing for newer players, but you'll be able to take them to 85 straight away, which is nice. Units now have all their abilities unlocked right from the start, which is huge for a few specific characters. They do have 3 exceptions here, but I'll get over those in a minute. Unit level no longer gates ability upgrades, except Zeta and Omicrons. Okay, like normally just taking unit to level 85 straight away, but again, newer players, I guess. Reinforcement abilities are no longer gated by star level, and ship ability upgrades aren't gated by crew's gear tier. Thank God for that, because I remember before I got my Adpatch Relic, having my Marauder stuck at lower levels was really annoying. But it's not changing. Ship ability upgrades are still gated by the ship's star level. But it doesn't actually say if it's stuck with the crew abilities are stuck with their gear tier. I imagine it's not, because otherwise it would be said here. Few exceptions remain, specifically General Skywalker, his leader ability still needs Gear 7 to unlock. Merrin's special one, so her Shadow Stride, it does say it still needs Gear 10. But this is a lot nicer because Merrin can get to Gear 10 without any Chirotech, and Shadow Stride was gated behind Gear 12. So you don't need to put any Kairos into Merrin, and you get the Shadow Stride. That Discord notification broke my concentration. And then zombies, unique ability still needs Gear 10. Not helpful because it doesn't say which one. I imagine it's the second one, but It just says zombies unique, even though she has 2 uniques. And then, in addition, LST to work well. Fusions. Oh yeah, a bunch of characters got their unlock requirements reduced to 2 stars, which I guess is nice. It's like 5-star on. Oh, Wampa and Hermit Yoda. Then you got a bunch of 3 and 4-star characters that you now only need 2 stars to unlock. Okay. And there's even more. So, leveling up units, credit and ship material cost has been halved, which is nice. It does say across the board, but then it says leveling up. I thought it would be taking them to level 85, but maybe it's just everywhere. Although I don't really find myself having any trouble with these. Maybe it's just supposed to be for new players, or maybe they're going to bring things later on that is going to require regular credits and ship credits. If you earned all possible rewards from a recurring event, that event will no longer appear in the events table. Thank God. No more seeing Finalizer and Radus constantly in my events. Especially because it even comes up with a little red 2 on it saying, oh, there's new events, because it refreshes every day. No. Thank fuck. Thank God that's gone now. And any rerun marquee events won't longer show up, which it's kind of disappointing in terms of the marquee events, because there are some, not all, but some of them were really cool, like the Bad Batch, first era Bad Batch ones. They were pretty cool, those marquee events, but less clogging up is nice. And then Fleet Mastery events, so if you 7-starred Executor, Profundity, Leviathan, I'm guessing it's not going to show up anymore. You can now sim up to 100 battles, as long as you have the energy, obviously. Doesn't change daily limits on hard modes, but up to 100 battles, that's going to speed things up a lot. A new icon next to the unit's name on every unit details screen displays the icon for the era in which they were released. Okay, I guess that's just to help track when characters came out. You can now sort them by relic level, because you only used to be able to do it by gear level, and if you did that, you would have all of your relic characters listed alphabetically. So it was always like Admiral Akbar at the top, and I was like, well, that wasn't really helpful. I wanted to see the relic splits. And they've now added new filters to see which characters are available for Lightspeed tokens, relic upgrades, Omicron status, and gear. Any ability upgrade and unit level upgrade filters are also now available for both characters and ships. Okay, I don't know if that will come in handy, but I guess it's nice to have. A number of changes have been made to the streamlined tutorials for new players, and includes 2 new quests granted to all players under level 40. So, yeah, this all sounds great, which is why it's making me a little bit concerned about about what's going to come later on. But it does seem really good, and it's going to speed things up a lot, especially with the relics being able to get them below 7 stars, because especially if you're trying to relic up new characters, it's really annoying to just have them sit there at gear 11 waiting until you get them to 7 stars. So yeah, that's all the news. Like I said, I will be making another video on Kix and Maz, so stay tuned for that. It'll be directly after this video. So I also highly doubt I'm going to edit these much. So yeah, bye bye.